You're either a loser or you're a winner. It's up to you. You can be whatever you want to be. You have the power. All right. You wake up in the morning. What the are you going to do? That's the question. Do you know what you're doing? Are you doing something smart? Are you doing something that's going to lead to a better life?
Has it always been very easy for you to become motivated? Or have there been spells where you've lacked motivation for a couple months or a year?
I've always been motivated about making money because I knew money would make my life better. Okay. It'd make my life easier and make my family happier and get my kids better educations and lifestyles. I mean, I don't know. I've always been motivated since a very young age, even 10 years old. I remember thinking about, because we grew up in a place where we had no money. So it was all about hustling and trying to think about how can we make the next dollar.
Do you notice any difference between generations in terms of motivation or work ethic?
I mean, my kids, which I don't knock them for it, but they don't have, well, maybe because they don't have to. See, I sacrificed being a parent when I was very young. I had to. I wasn't the best parent. I wasn't mean to my kids. I took care of my kids, but my kids spent a lot of time in the backseat of a car while I'm running around in the worst neighborhoods, buying boxes, fixing them up. And then when they got old enough, I put them to work. I mean, instead of taking them to baseball, which I tried to do that, but they sucked anyway. I mean, I didn't, maybe I could have been a better parent, but now luckily they're in a position where they can have the best of both worlds because of my struggle, and they suffered and they struggled when they were young. So now it paid off in the long run because now their kids don't have to struggle like they did or like I did. I don't know. Hopefully we always talk about our kids being not spoiled. You can't spoil your kids. You can treat them good. You can give them whatever you want and can, but you got to make them appreciate it and realize it didn't come out of the air magically. We earned it. Okay.
What childhood experience impacted you the most in terms of how you behave now?
I mean, by growing up so bad and in such a terrible place, I always wanted a better life. I wanted to escape New York, so that always, and then when I went to California, that was just as bad. When I was in Oakland for 17 or 18 years.
Was there ever a specific experience that happened? Like you mentioned sleeping in a bathtub or something maybe that happened where you're like, okay, I'm never going to do this. Or,
Listen, I've slept on trains. Okay. I've been around, I watched people get actually right in front of me in Manhattan, in New York, in Hell's Kitchen. The whole life experience of me growing up was no fond memories. Just negative, the people, the atmosphere, everything. So I was always motivated to get the hell away from it. Get away from these people. Get out of here. Go move on. There has to be a better life, And luckily the Army saved my life.
If you were to restart today, how would you do that? If you wanted to make $100 million over the course of a lifetime, assuming you're starting over right now.
I mean, these days things are a little different, I would still, listen, I started by working for other people. I managed other people's real estate. And then common sense told me, well, if you're making them money, you can make your own money. So I went from managing and learning to ownership, and then anybody can do that. Anybody can pick a field, any field, and say, okay, I'm going to work for somebody else, learn that field, be really great at it, and have a passion for it, and then I'm going to become my own. You have to become your own boss, or you have to have your own company. You have to, what do they call it?
Self-employed?
Self-employed,
Yeah.
proprietorship, whatever. You have to be your own person and create your own growth. You can't let somebody else, you can't work for a paycheck for the rest of your life. You can't. You got to have some opportunity. Okay. It's like he's got opportunity.
Yeah.
The bigger you grow, the more he grows.
Mm-hmm.
What sector do you think you'd end up pursuing? Would it be real estate? Would you try something new like AI? Or do you think you'd go more the YouTube entertainment route?
Entertainment I do because, it's just, we enjoy it.
Well, it's highly lucrative. You're making a lot of money.
Yeah, it makes good money. Yeah, it makes
If you were to
money.
restart today, where do you think the most opportunity would lie and what you would pursue?
I mean, nothing would compare to real estate.
You'd still do real estate 100%.
It's the oldest profession in the world next to what.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the oldest one is, I'm sure.
It's the one that Graham is a frequent patron of.
But they had to go rent the space somewhere, right?
True. Yeah.
It's the second. But
Get paid
I don't
in
know.
cash.
I always looked around, and the real estate's always been the most solid way of making money. And listen, I could have been in the car business and buy cars and fix them and flip them too.
I could see that.
I did. I used to survive before I owned real estate. I'd sell one Mercedes a month because I wasn't making much money in real estate. I was managing for other people. I would buy it in San Francisco where nobody could park. Parking's impossible in San Francisco. And people would sell their cars, just say, get rid of it. I'm tired of paying for parking. I'm tired of dealing with it. And I'd buy them. I'd drive it over one bridge, the Bay Bridge, to Oakland. I'd put it in a newspaper ad, and some doctor out of Haywood or somewhere would come, make $5,000. That was my little hustle. And I used to finance it. Imagine that.
Mhm.
I would finance it because what the hell do I care?
Yeah.
I mean, for 1 month, I'm going to owe the bank, I think the cars were like 10 grand. I'm selling for 15, $10,000, even at 10% is a big $1,000. It was like nothing. I was using the bank's money.
I'm curious, why do content at all, at least now in this stage of life? Is it for fun? Is it for legacy? Is it money?
I wanted to be an actor when I was young. I liked entertainment. I always liked being entertaining and, but then now I'm doing entertainment and I'm teaching people. You see, you can look at all these big shot actors, okay? And I'm not knocking them. I'm not. All the guys, who I'm talking about, all the whatever. And you can look at all the ball players, okay? And you can look at all these singers, and you can look at all the dancers, and all these people. Listen, they're very talented people, all right? And they bring amusement and entertainment into your life. But it's nothing, not one minuscule of the satisfaction you get when you can entertain and help people. Okay. Yeah, they're great actors and they tell a great story, but once the movie's over, that's it. You saw the movie, you laughed, you enjoyed it. What else? That's it. I get to help people go through their life and improve their life. Educating people is very important. Okay. Everybody needs education. I need education. I learn it every day. We all learn. So when you can help people and entertain them, it doesn't get any better than that. And make a few bucks while you're doing it.
Now, most people think forming an LLC is just about filling out one form and calling it a day, but there's a lot more to it than that. And if you skip the rest, your LLC isn't really set up the way it needs to be. That is why we have partnered with Northwest Registered Agent.
For $39 plus state fees, Northwest handles the state filing and makes sure you have everything you actually need: your operating agreement, membership certificates, and banking resolutions.
Without those documents, you might be registered with the state, but you're not really ready to operate because banks, vendors, and partners expect to see them.
Plus, you get a free domain, website, email, and phone number when you file your LLC through Northwest, which means your business is ready to operate right away.
And your home address never goes on the public record. Northwest uses their own address on your filing instead of yours.
So if you want your LLC done right the first time, just go to northwestregisteredagent.com/ICH to get started.
It's northwestregisteredagent.com/ICH, or click the link down below in the description to get your LLC filed.
Thank you, Northwest Registered Agent, for sponsoring this episode.